that flight in?
Rough.
I heard.
Late and rough.
So, I mean, basically led double digits for most of the game. When you look back on it, I mean, positives to take away from it moving forward and with a quick turnaround time.
Well, the positives were the ball's starting to move again, and our fast break has been really good. We shot the ball well. We rebounded the ball well. We shot the ball well from the free throw line and got there. The negatives were we quit checking with 5 minutes left, and got some rebounds that they stole, kicked out. The Mitchell kid went crazy, and we gave up 20 points in the last 5 minutes. So that was no way to finish, and we talked about finishing. So a lot more positives than negatives, but the negatives ticked me off.
You ever seen a team where you dominate the offensive or the glass in general in the first half, 24-8, and then get out rebounded in the second half?
Yeah, that's what was disappointing. I mean, we're still a little immature, I guess. We don't have that killer instinct, and we had moments like you said we were a double-digit lead, but we get up 14 if you're down 11, get up 15 if you're down to 12. I mean, you're not going to get away with that all the time. So, as I said, there were a lot more positives than negatives, but enough negatives, I still got a job.
Booker, Xavier, second straight game, he's in double figures. Do you feel like the confidence is improving and he's kind of maybe, I know it's still early, but turning a little bit of a corner?
Yeah, I thought the first half, though, the corner wasn't even in sight, And so we got after Book a little bit at halftime because you saw the difference in him, so he's starting to put together games. But he's got to keep focusing in on every time he's out there and staying focused in on the task at hand because what we're realizing, there's things we didn't know if he could do guarding certain people, this and that. He can do. He's just got to put his mind to it and make a decision that that's going to be the most important thing. And some of the players told him that at halftime, but to his credit, he came out, I thought, really played well the second half.
How do you feel that Cohen's come along, particularly on the defensive side?
Yeah, Cohen's made as much progress. That 3-possession deal he had, especially the block and then the dunk on the other end, that's reminiscent of nobody, because I've never seen anybody do that.
Well, usually some guys will check out after the dunk or after the block, but he kept playing through.
Yeah, and then he got the 3-point play right after that. I mean, it was as good a 3-possession play, and as you say, a couple of them were defensive plays. Cohen has been he's been really good to coach too. I mean, he really wants to home in on things. His free throw shooting is getting a lot better, and his shooting is getting better. So he's probably made as much progress in the last month and a half as anybody. And but that whole sophomore class is playing better, and I thought Jace, considering he had 4 days off and the injury, thought he played pretty good. And we felt like our bigs at times were really good, and at times didn't cover the way we want to cover. So we spent a lot of time on that today.
Kohler had a tough assignment with Garcia. How did he do in the first half, and did he carry on with it?
We thought Kohler did a great job, and then I thought in the second half, Book did. I mean, he went 5 for 14. Where we didn't is right before halftime, we fouled him about 3 times in a row, and he got six points on free throws. But I thought, all in all, we did a very good job on him, and everybody except Mitchell, which we didn't have as much film on, didn't know he was going to play, and didn't do a very good job on him. But other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job with just about everybody.
It seemed like Kohler obviously knew he had a challenge, and body language looked good, like he accepted that was going to be difficult. The way he attacked it, is that a plus? Also?
Yeah, I think guys, I think he was excited to have a challenge, and we're starting to get a little bit more of that, where guys are, we're making some steps. I don't want to make them more than they are right now, but I know one thing, we're climbing up the steps, we're not climbing down them, and that's a good thing.
You got a win over Creighton, Nebraska. Other than that, I don't know how much good data there is. What's the picture of what you're looking at from Saturday?
Well, the Creighton win was really big. They played really well at Creighton and won big, and they've got 3 good players back, and 2 of them we think are pros, maybe, and so Fred's done a good job with this team. they run a lot of stuff and a 2-day prep. You know, they've been off since Sunday, and we have a 2-day prep, and that's tough. I mean, that's one of the things about the new conference and the new ways. But I'll give my staff credit. I mean, we got in late and got up early, and the scout team, you know, I give them some credit because they were back in here at 9 learning all the stuff, and it's not easy to do. So credit goes to my staff and my scout team, but players act like they wanted to be here today. I didn't have anybody saying, you know, I'm tired of this. So I'll tell you, I'm tired.
You saw it obviously with Trey going home, with Frankie getting to play against his home state team. I guess, one, what's the maybe challenge of trying to keep a guy's emotions in check with that? And two, how do you feel like he's been doing in terms of maybe not the scoring and shooting, but some of the energy stuff that he
Yeah, you know, he's played better. I mean, when you're a scorer, you can talk to your blue in the face, but scoring matters, you know, and sometimes it affects your defense, you know, and we've seen a little bit of that, but all in all, no complaining. He's working. I think he's excited to play against his home state team. I don't know if it's the same as Trey, you know, because that's a little different animal, but as I said, Fred's done a great job there, and we know them well. This is one of the rare teams lately that we actually know most of the players on the team. At least on the top 8, we probably know 5 of them, and that's a lot more than we've been through.
With Frankie, is it wrong? He seems like, and it might not be stuff that shows up in the stat sheet, but it seems like he keeps a lot of plays alive.
He does. He does. He not only gets fouled, but he goes in there and he bats some rebounds loose. Yeah. You know, he's a pretty good rebounder and energy guy. He doesn't get the clean rebounds, but he is keeping balls alive, and he's playing more physical. He can guard certain people. Now, the real quick guys, he struggles with a little bit. So we try to move some guys around, and I think we've done a decent job of that from the bench. And yet we've stayed fresh. And right now, strength in numbers has been important. We're starting to get more of a rotation down. Guys are starting to learn how to play with each other. You know, I don't know. It's a big weekend, though, for us, because after that, you got like 10 days off. So we're going to try to put everything into this weekend.
With Garrett getting some shots in there late. I mean, for a guy that redshirted last year, he had the preseason knee thing. You know, I mean, I guess what does it mean to see you getting the contribution?
Well, I felt good for him. And, you know, if you watch the film of the tape or the game, the bench felt really good for him, you know. And I say that's the coolest thing that's happened in the last couple of games, you know. Jeremy throwing the ball away twice and almost costing us the Carolina game after he had played really well. And then the way the players rallied behind, the way he took blame, took ownership, then played really well in the overtime, those are big deals. When guys come in that are good players, but as you say, injuries have kind of hampered him, now to try to work your way back into the rotation is not easy, but he has been one of our best shooters. And sure enough, he knocked down a jump shot and had a nice drive. And it's just a feel good for him, you know, and a feel good for all of us. So he's worked his tail off, and I think good things will happen to him.
Keeping Trey in the lineup, was that matchup, or do you just kind of like where that's going? Or
you know, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know for sure. You know, I still want to see who comes off the bench best and who does this. It was a little hard to tell on some of it because of Jace, you know, not practicing most of the week. And so we'll see when we get him back now, what we do, who comes off, who plays best together. But that has worked pretty well so far in the last couple games. And but I don't think anything's etched in stone. And that's not, I've said all along, we got 7 starters. And that didn't even include Cohen, who's been maybe our most steady player.
You mentioned it a little bit, but the cohesion at this point seems like it's come a long way already from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but because it sounds so clichéic, but this team has really been close for each other. You know, I mean, no jealousies, nobody upset if somebody's starting, somebody's not. They just keep doing a better job off the court, on the court, in the classroom, and we'll see where that takes us. But you know, we're getting near that third of the season already, and it's good to be making a few steps forward. But what you really find out is that little success. That's what this is, little success. As I reminded you, we still beat Carolina, but finished third in the tournament that Michigan State hopes to win when they go to. So I don't want to blow anything up either way, but we are making progress, and that's what I say. The practices have gotten better. The games, we're starting to move the ball better. I think that we're scoring a lot of points, and up until last night, we didn't even make any shots. And so somewhere in there, there's a positive.
Max also talked about and giving him credit.
Max?
Yeah, I mean,
I never give Max
12
credit.
12 points, but I don't think anybody had more than 5 buckets, and you scored 90.
Yeah, it is kind of bizarre the way that worked. I don't have good answers for you, except we are getting a lot more free throws, and we're making a lot more free throws than a year ago. And you know, if you get 6-8 more free throws a game, and you're making 7 out of 8, that means 72 points ends up 79, and that's kind of what we've done. We've done it a little bit that way, and we're still rebounding out there. I said it up until last night. We've been very consistent in everything we've done. You know, we defended pretty well. We've rebounded pretty well. We've gotten to the free throw line. We've made free throws, and we missed a lot of shots. So last night we went inconsistent in one area, but it's the right area to go inconsistent on, and hopefully that will continue and help us, continue to grow now. Now we got to make sure, like I said, we made shots last night. Last 5 minutes, we forgot how to check somebody. So we're going to have to try to put the two together now and see if we can.
Were those
take another
any
step.
different shots when you look back? I mean, just from that penetration you guys were getting.
Penetration's helped a little bit, but I swear to you, if you looked at our shots in a couple of those games, they were great shots. We just missed them. Now, we shot some bad ones. We really emphasized passing, being better, not completing the pass, giving him a pass that he can shoot. I think that's helped a little bit, but just getting a little confident. We've been shooting it better in practice, so hopefully that goes behind us. You know, we'll never be. It's not like we're going to shoot 55% from the 3 or 50 for the year, but I never thought we'd shoot 10 or 12 either, so we're getting there.
0-2 to start Big Ten play last year. A chance to go 2-0 and carry that into January. I guess what would that mean for you guys with, new 18-team conference?
That's big for us, and that's the whole battle cry of the week. Not only do we have 10 days off or so to take finals and then get better, but if you can start out 2-0 in the conference, that's always big, and so that's the battle cry for this week. Is we got a road win now, and this will be a talented. You'll like his team. He's got good players, and he's a very good coach, and so we'll see what happens. And it's Sunday at noon. So as I said, the turnaround for us has been quick, but Saturday at noon. Yeah, so sorry. But I think our guys looking at today now, if they get a good night's sleep, it's usually the day after. Hopefully they'll come back tomorrow. But stuff to do. We'll have to be smart about practice and then play Saturday morning.
Been away from home for a little while. Are you excited to get back?
Yeah, it seems like it's been forever since we played here, and our fans have been great. These first couple of days, come on out again because it's they make a big difference, and having a home court advantage has been special here for 30 years. Ain't broke, why fix it? Let's keep up that and see if we can keep up our end of the bargain.
You had a good turnout last night too up there.
We did have a good turnout up there. We had a good turnout in Maui. Our fans have traveled, and we're greatly appreciative of that. And but yeah, last night the go green, go white chants, I was a little surprised by that. So that was good. All right, thanks guys.